Hello and welcome to this special broadcast from the 2025 Congo Energy and Investment Forum held at the Kintele Congress Center in Brazzaville. I'm Kenneth Igbomo. The event held from the 24th to the 26th of March and brought leaders across Africa's energy value chain to chart a bold new course for the region's energy future.
It is with a great pride and happiness I'm taking the floor today to deliver the official opening of Congo Energy and Investment Forum. This event with an international scope for which the participation of is showed here a capital critical importance for the country and showing the strong will of the Republic of Congo to enhance its role of the driver for energy development in Africa and beyond. Beforehand, would like to wish to welcome all the delegations from the four corners of the world to take part to this strategic event. Your presence is showing the interest for the Congolese energy sector and for the opportunities offered by our country. We are very happy to welcome you here in the Republic of Congo.
ENI Congo is present in the Republic of Congo since 1968. And over the last 55 years, we have invested efforts in developing our activities and the country. It's important to me in this moment to remind our investment and our engagement in the gas sector. We started back in 2002 giving our engagement to support the domestic market. We supported the power generation plants of the country, and thanks to the vision of the President of the Republic and the Minister in 2022, we entered with a bit of anticipation in the new era of the LNG. Today we are proud to be part of this new sector together with the Republic of Congo. The Republic of Congo today is a part of an elite, and this elite is are the countries producing and exporting LNG in the world. I would ask a big applause for this.
Congo, from onshore Africa, onshore Congo, to offshore. Secretary Barroso could not miss this occasion because, as they say, geology doesn't share borders. Basins even don't share borders. There is a connection with investing in this country. A legacy producer that has attracted some of the best companies in the world to invest in prolific hydrocarbons. Nowhere else could that be found but this country that has set out a vision across Africa when it comes to hydrocarbon production, but not just for Congo, but to deal with global energy security. That is what Congo represents, the home of the African Petroleum Producers Organization. Whenever you have a discussion about African energy, African development, African oil and gas production, African energy security, be it with OPEC, no country in this continent has been that driver, consistent, permanent driver of production. That country represents it, and we are so happy that the industry in this country is right back, strong and alive, and we thank you, Congo. At a time when we look at the energy industry, where we look at global shifts in energy and a lot of difficulties. We look at Congo for energy stability, dealing with our energy security. It is for that reason why Congo takes a very strong position, be it OPEC, but also recognizing that reforms need to happen. I'm very happy Secretary Barroso is here because I hope he's whispering some ideas to Minister Ituas here. I think Angola, your neighbor, showed what it takes. I remember being in Angola in 2018. The room was not even half of this room. It was very small. Country was in a very difficult state. Production was declining. Everybody said the Angolan game is over. They got together, not even as full as this room. They started working on it. They stayed consistent. They kept going. Didn't matter the global shakes, didn't matter COVID. They kept focused on reforming, providing the incentives, providing tax cuts, encouraging industry, continue to drive that industry. Today, Angola is seeing some big investments coming into that country, even bigger than Nigeria, that is the largest producer in this continent. What does that mean? That means that Congo can replicate that. That means that with the right kind of regulatory reforms, like you've already started, with consistency, looking at improving our above ground risks, looking at improving our governance structures, boosting up private entrepreneurship, boosting up local companies, we can replicate that Angola miracle. And there's nothing that says Congo cannot do that and even more. So Secretary Barroso, you got some competition coming because Congo is going to meet that. And when Congo does well, when Angola does well, when Mozambique does well, God damn it, it means Africa is doing well. So we got to continue encouraging this country to keep going there.
In this featured session, titled Entering the Next Era of Oil and Gas Production in Congo, an esteemed panel of industry heavyweights take a deep dive into the opportunities, innovations, and strategic shifts shaping Congo's upstream sector, moderated by Hanan Fejani.
To start us off, we'll start maybe from left to right with you, Miguel Batista, with a very general question. Just let us know what your perspective is on why Congo remains a competitive player on the energy sector field and why it remains a place to continue to hope for more development in that field.
Thank you for the question, and good afternoon, everyone. Straight to the point, Congo continues to be a very exciting place to do business because, first of all, it's a very mature province in oil field terms. And as we heard this morning, there are lots of projects all across the value chain from exploration to late field. So we have mature fields, we have exploration acquisition, we have infield. There's just an array of activity that is happening, which makes it very exciting. So SLB is very, very proud to be here and continue to generate value and contribute to the development of Congo. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Massimiliano?
I think that our company could be considered as the mirror of the opportunity that can be found in this country in terms of opportunity of development and attribution of new experience. I think that the first steps, as is usual, is done by the institution that in this country has given the possibility to new company like us to provide the experience and to put at disposition of the operation the experience that had since long year. I think that there are a lot of opportunity. And we have the possibility to take new technology, new way in this country that has a long experience and the skills in this sector. I think that it should be linked to the experience based on the long year experience in the oil and gas in the upstream business here in Congo, and to add additional value from the experience of our activity in the downstream sector.
Thank you, Massimiliano. James Richardson?
Yeah, thank you. I think there are three interesting characteristics. I think Miguel's mentioned one, which is that there's proven activity, and that's across the life cycle of the well, from exploration right through to mature fields. I think from a supply chain perspective, there's a diverse customer base. That's really important. We're not dependent on one or two major operators. There's a diverse range of sources of revenue, if you will. I think the third one's actually its location, sitting as it does right in the heart of the Gulf of Guinea. I think that makes it a fascinating and important market for us.
And last but not least, Yassi?
Yes. For me, I think it's all about the attractive nature of the fiscal terms that are in place, which compared to other African options are very favorable. As mentioned by some of the guests here on the panel, there's a diverse offering from an asset standpoint, be it in the gas and oil space. So it's very opportunistic as it relates to investors coming in. And even as Unite, we're very excited on what the future looks like and how we can participate in that growth.
You've all mentioned in one way or another the fact that oil has been explored and produced in the country for quite a while. So Congo is not new to the sector and has been on the forefront of it for quite a while. So I guess that comes with a new set of challenges and evolution that has to come in place when you want to continue to perform well on that front. And I guess my question to you, James Richardson, would be from the perspective of a company like yours that offers solutions to become a bit more to create more streamlining, be more effective. What do you think Weatherford solution can do to ensure that it maximizes profit for and value for the Republic of Congo?
Yeah, I think so. Weatherford is different from the other big oilfield service companies. We've got a very product-centric portfolio. And actually, I think places like Congo, in fact, across West Africa, that gives us an opportunity to develop local supply chain companies to help us deliver that product into the market in a way that's perhaps lower complexity than doing it with some high-end, very service-intensive spaces. And I think that presents an opportunity both to Weatherford, because clearly that's good for us, but actually it's really important for the countries and for the local supply chains that exist here today. I think that's it's an advantage that we can bring, and I think it's an advantage that the industry here can provide to us.
So maybe just one follow-up on this. With many of Congo's onshore and offshore shallow water wells aging, how can Weatherford's different solutions, maybe more specifically, help the country?
So I mean, we're providing solutions here today. We have a base in Pointe Noire. We're providing a lot of cutting-edge through tubing, well intervention technology, mechanical intervention technologies, and those are being done on a daily basis from the team of experts that we've got here in country today. I think that's a good starting point. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's the end point, if you will, for Weatherford here in Congo.
Okay, and we'll speak to that probably in a few minutes, but I'm going to now give the floor to Massimiliano Mignakov. So you are Director General at Amat Global Resources, and as I've mentioned before, we are in the country facing the fact that they've been working in this field for a long time, so you have infrastructure that's aging. So how can the Republic of Congo best handle decommissioning, onshore and offshore, turning old infrastructure into long-term value?
I think that this is a key point. Based on what I've told before, the tradition would take the country to have some equipment and structure that are not young. For example, we lead the operation in some offshore field where the first oil was the 1977. Mm-hmm. Yes, my age, so we are very old, and the other 1985. So this is something that should be taken into consideration during the operation, but this approach should be based on with the help of the environmental study in intelligent way to find different solution to try to find a way to recycle some structure that can be recycled to provide additional value, to think a different solution in order to recycle also the structure if possible, and to provide us the minimum impact in terms of environmental point of view as it possible.
Have you come across particular challenges when it comes to that front of decommissioning and making sure that it's done in a way that's sustainable?
Look, no, we have already started something in this term, because we think that in order to achieve some additional efficiency in the operation, a lot of equipment should be. I talk mainly offshore, with the old and mature field should be dismantling some equipment that are not more useful, and so this is what we are doing. And in order to create and to revamp all the equipment, in order to increase the production, because we are sure that also the mature field, as also the ministry told before, is one fundamental aspect and contribution in order to achieve the target of the 500,000 barrels per day, as was mentioned by the ministry.
And that is, of course, the goal. And it's an ambitious goal, but it's what the government believes is completely realizable goal. And I think that's going to help me segue to my next question to you, Mr. Battista. So looking ahead at the future and how to achieve those 500 million barrels, what can SLB's technology do, and how can they be leveraged to drive energy innovation in the Republic of Congo?
Exactly. There's been the talk of the importance of technology to address the challenges have been highlighted several. I will just start by highlighting how the overall picture of the Congo market it is from our perspective. Obviously, the vast majority of the production comes from mature field, so meaning fields that have been producing for 20, 25 years and plus. Congo is also establishing its position as we heard this morning from the presentation from ENI, as a true exporter of gas, producer and exporter of gas. The other area that we see has been very of a great focus as well is the refocus on onshore. Even though 10, 15 years ago, when ENI developed the Bundi field, we got the peak production, from memory serves me right, up to 60,000 barrels. Since then has going down, but I think the developments that we've seen from Wing Y, and I'm probably butchering the pronunciation here, so my apologies. It really gives a boost of excitement on what's to come. I think the dynamics that we are seeing with the different operators is a good testimony. There's a handover, still excitement to the future, the new blocks that will be coming. We've seen Total exploring in producing assets, ILX stuff, and outside. So it's really an array of opportunities that we have all across. So that's where we see as SLB to really play a key role. And the first one that we're focusing on is how do we make sure that the production that is delivering value today is maintained. So how do we tackle these mature fields? I was very happy to hear the four mature fields that the minister mentioned this morning. And it's an area that we are focusing not just in Congo, but across the region, because it's a common trend. And we're really tackling the mature fields from a four perspective, 4 pillars. The first one is ensuring that we look from a collaborative standpoint. We understand that the problems are challenging and it's not going to be solved by neither of ourselves or by the customer. So collaboration is a big one. The second thing is maximizing the use of domain experts. So using the network of knowledge that we have across the world, put it all together. Thirdly, use the power of digital to harness the data and generate value, identify those unswept molecules that haven't been produced, as we said, and then deploy the array of technologies that we have to intervene. And those are technologies that either developed by ourselves or in partnership with other customers. So with doing this, we have developed we call the PEP, which is a production enhancement program, which really puts all these 4 pillars together and helps customers, either big ones or small upcoming customers, to really address this issue with the enhancement of with the mature fields. Really to address flow assurance issues, high water cuts or high gas cuts. Really just an array of technical challenges that we may have. One of the pillars that we have, and last month we were here in Congo doing a roadshow with one of our partners, is really a third-party financier, which is interested in financing projects that are short cycle, which can generate value from production very quickly. So, as I said, we are looking at these, especially these mature field, incremental enhancement, production enhancement sectors with really great care and try to address. Last point on this one here. Also, as we look at this issue, we have, and to maximize the power of digital, as I mentioned, in February we opened in Luanda the Performance Center, which we were very vocal about it, which is really a center that is based in Angola, but is a regional hub where this collaboration and all of these key ingredients that I mentioned will be put together so we can help the customers all across the region to address their production challenges. I'm very happy to announce that we have customers from Congo that are already working with our team, so we are very focused on that.
Thank you, Mr. Batista. Yatsi, earlier you mentioned this goal of not only creating profit for the country and, of course, utilizing and tapping into the oil that exists, but it's also about creating value and also affecting the lives of many. How is Unite and oil gas optimizing onshore and the shallow water fields to make that production happen, but also to positively impact communities?
Yes, I would say Unite is looking forward to participate in helping the growth of production onshore and shallow water in two primary ways. I would say directly in providing support, as I mentioned earlier, with our consulting arm to support our SNPC initiatives, be it shallow water and or onshore. And then secondly, we are looking to participate directly by way of Bamako Oil and Gas with the development and production and pursuit of developing and producing fields as well.
Thank you. We are very pressed with time. It feels incredibly short. I'm going to give you all an opportunity to just very briefly close with one key critical challenge that you have observed, but also an opportunity to make to sort of realize the future that we've been talking about. And we'll start with you, Mr. Batista, and then.
No, thank you very much. So I mentioned there's still a lot of opportunities in Congo. Yeah. I mentioned about the mature fields, but there's new exploration. There's a lot that we can do in partnering with the SNPC, with the government of Congo, with all our traditional customers, as well as expanding the collaboration with the new upcoming customers. I was very happy to hear the minister saying that the government wants to see smaller players to come into play. So please do knock our doors. Doors are open. We're willing to do business. So thank you.
Thank you. Massimiliano.
Yes, thank you. I would say that I cannot give a different answer but the opportunity is provided by the exploiting the mature field, giving additional life, making project with the help of the expert, with the help of obviously of our partner SMPC the first, and obviously the external advisor that have the know-how and the analysis are providing the correct information in order to develop and to increase the production.
Thank you, James.
I'll expand the partnership piece. I think when you're a smaller service company, you need other service companies to partner with. So our doors open both to the operators, but also to service companies where we can collaborate with them to help with these mature field solutions that need to be done in that space.
So partnerships. And Yati.
Yes, I don't have much to add to what's been stated. I think the key aspects that were mentioned, however, just to echo, is collaboration is essential. Partnering and bringing in expertise from a global perspective is always going to be beneficial because obviously, as we like to say within Unite, from rocks to revenue, only within our firm, we have key expertise. But when you bring in people with global expertise from around the world and you collapse all of that expertise to solve in an innovative fashion, the technology challenges and the problems to deliver solutions that maximize value here in the Congo, the results cannot be anything but very, very, very high and sustainable.
Thank you, and we'll stop there. Thank you very much. You should give yourselves a round of applause for managing to bring this conversation to life in just under 30 minutes. If you could please, again, thank our panelists. That was Yatsi Lucian, Michael Batista, Massimiliano Mignacca, and James Richardson for so skillfully, I think, talking about the future of oil and gas also for the Republic of Congo. Thank you very much for your attention.
And that was an insightful conversation on the future of Congo's oil and gas industry as the country positions itself for a new era of production and investment. The dialogue from today's panel highlights the critical role of collaboration, innovation, and policy alignment. From the Kintele Congress Center in Brazzaville, this has been a special presentation from the Congo Energy and Investment Forum 2025. Thank you for watching.